Everybody say amen. God has spoken. So let the church say amen. Yeah. Can I get a witness?
Wow. It's been 26 years. Can you imagine? We were in Cairo, Egypt in 1986 and moved here with a word from God.
I'm telling you, that was amazing. Quite a journey.
I know it's been quite a journey, especially for you. When I came in to the house one day and said, the Lord wants me to leave my job, leave my career, and go to Corpus Christi.
And start a church.
And start a church. I didn't know how to start a church and had been a little church boy all of my life. Had no idea, but I knew God had spoken and I wanted to do whatever He wanted.
I'm telling you, it took great faith.
It took a lot of faith. I think maybe it took more faith from you than from me. I was following God. You were following me, I think, at the time.
That's right.
And so I think it takes a lot more faith to follow a man. But I'm looking back at the wonderful experience. I think sometimes when you're in the middle of glory, you don't see glory, but coming back here, living in your mother's house for several months, trying to find a house, telling people that the Lord had sent us to the city of Corpus Christi to start a church, and the Lord said, I'm going to do a great work in Corpus Christi and I want you there. But can you imagine what that was like? I think you lived it.
Oh, yes, I did. And it was more than an experience. I remember my daughter, I think, was in the 7th grade. Our son was in the 5th. And now the family has increased so much. We have, help me, 4 granddaughters.
And 2 grandsons.
And 2 grandsons, a son-in-law and a daughter-in-law. So our family has grown as well.
Our family has grown, and the church family has grown. Because when we were there in a friend's house, then moved to
shopping center.
Well, we moved to Sanders Elementary, remember?
That's right.
Sanders Elementary, and then from Sanders Elementary, our home, we moved to the shopping center down Staple Street.
And God added to the church weekly.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I remember one time on a Sunday evening, we had met there in the house, and it was maybe a year and a half in the ministry. And Sunday night, no one came, and except a little couple, Chris and Lucille.
I remember that evening.
And Chris said, well, is this all that's coming? It was just you, Ginger Marcus.
And the Gillilands.
And the Gillilands. And we started, and I was really brokenhearted. And I led praise and worship that day. I don't know if you remember it.
I remember that.
It should be etched in your memory forever.
It is, darling, it is.
But there are many wonderful stories.
Many wonderful stories. But you know, through it all, God's been faithful. And if one thing I know is more assured than anything I see is what He said.
Wow. It began with a word.
Began with a word.